The Architecture of Intimacy, an exploration of attachment theory. At the heart of every human interaction, from the way we react to a partner's unreturned text to the way we handle a professional conflict, lies a psychological blueprint known as attachment theory. Originally formulated in the mid-20th century by British psychologist John Bowlby and later expanded by American developmental psychologist Mary Ainsworth, this theory has evolved from a study of infant-mother bonds into the definitive framework for understanding adult romantic love and emotional regulation in 2026. The evolutionary origins, safety as a biological need. Bowlby's primary contribution was the realization that attachment is not merely a byproduct of being fed. It is an evolutionary survival mechanism. In the environment of evolutionary adaptedness, a human infant who remained close to a protective caregiver was far more likely to survive than one who wandered off. Bowlby proposed that children possess an attachment behavioral system. When a child feels threatened by fear, hunger, or isolation, this system activates, driving them to seek proximity to their caregiver. If the caregiver responds consistently and warmly, the child develops a secure base, allowing them to eventually explore the world with confidence. 2. The strange situation, identifying the styles. In the 1970s, Mary Ainsworth transitioned the theory from abstract concepts to observable data through her famous strange situation experiment. By observing how infants reacted to their parents leaving and returning in a controlled room, she identified 4 distinct patterns of behavior. Secure. The child was upset when the parent left but easily soothed upon their return. Anxious-Ambivalent. The child was extremely distressed by separation and remained angry or difficult to soothe even after the parent returned. Avoidant. The child appeared indifferent to the parent's departure and return, though physiological tests showed high internal stress levels. Disorganized. A later edition describing children who showed fearful, erratic, or frozen behaviors, usually resulting from trauma or inconsistent care. 3. The Adult Blueprint, from playroom to bedroom. The most revolutionary shift in the theory occurred in the 1980s when researchers Cindy Hazan and Philip Shaver applied these infant patterns to adult romantic relationships. They argued that the internal working models formed in childhood persist into adulthood, dictating our expectations of others. The secure adult. Approximately 50 to 60% of the population falls into this category. Secure individuals view themselves as worthy of love and others as generally reliable. They do not fear intimacy, nor do they panic at the prospect of independence. In conflict, they focus on resolution rather than winning. The anxious adult. Anxious individuals, often called preoccupied, possess a deep-seated fear of abandonment. Because their childhood caregivers were likely inconsistent, sometimes there, sometimes not, they developed a hyperactivated attachment system. As adults, they may come across as clingy or needy, constantly scanning for signs that a partner is losing interest. The avoidant adult. Dismissive-avoidant individuals learned early on that expressing needs led to rejection or smothered feelings. Consequently, they developed a deactivated system. They prize self-reliance above all else and often view intimacy as a threat to their freedom. When a relationship gets too close, they instinctively pull away to regulate their emotions. 4. The modern perspective, earned security in 2026 trends. In contemporary psychology, we no longer view attachment styles as a life sentence. One of the most hopeful concepts in 2026 is earned security. Through therapy, self-awareness, or being in a long-term relationship with a secure partner, individuals with anxious or avoidant styles can rewire their brains to become secure. Furthermore, the digital age has added new layers to the theory. We now discuss digital attachment, examining how ghosting, read receipts, and social media monitoring trigger attachment anxieties in ways Bowlby could never have imagined. Conclusion. Attachment theory remains the most searched and studied psychological topic because it provides a mirror for our most private fears. By understanding whether we are pursuers or distancers, we move from reacting blindly to our instincts to acting with emotional intelligence. It teaches us that our irrational relationship behaviors are actually rational survival strategies that simply need updating for the present day.